Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. In today's video, we are going to be doing a reading and energy update for our beautiful collective here on YouTube. So if you hear me taking some sips in the background, I do have my coffee here with me. I hope you have some kind of nice, comforting beverage of sorts or a snack while you're listening. And if so, you can let me know what you're eating or drinking as you are watching this reading video. By the way, thank you to those of you who do happen to be here during the live premiere. I live premiere these collective readings on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, just to let those of you know who might be new. So I am going to be starting off today by shuffling the traditional tarot cards. And I want to start here by saying that I have been feeling a certain collective message coming through, and I'm hearing it's the growing pains of expansion, because what's happening for you right now is you are being expanded in a big way. And for many of you, this expansion, and I'm getting chills as I'm channeling into this expansion is leading to the fulfillment of certain dreams that you've been holding for a long time. But we're almost in this phase where you are being prepared to hold the space in your energy for what you're expanding into. And as we have more space created within us, that's the best way I can describe it. It's like energetically, we have to become more spacious in a way to be able to hold the bigger things that we're manifesting into our reality. Yeah, right at the bottom of the deck to start the reading, I have the Nine of Cups. This is the wish fulfillment card. So you have some kind of very big dream coming true. And I feel like I'm speaking to someone very specific who requested something from the universe, from God, whatever divine forces you personally connect with. And this may have been months or years or even decades ago. You may have made this request consciously, or you may have made it even just subconsciously, like in the back of your mind, this was something that you always desired. But I do feel that for many of you, this was actually conscious. This has been something that you've wanted for a long time. This could be a particular career path, something financially, something in terms of your love life, your physical body, whatever this is for you. I just really feel like you put a request in with the universe a long while ago for most of you. And because it's been a while, you may have actually thought that your request was not being granted. You may have thought that your request wasn't heard or wasn't going to be responded to, because I get the sense that it was put on the back burner for a very long time. The word stagnant is coming out. So most likely there was some major period of stagnancy where you really felt like things in your life, especially related to this area that you made that request in, were really not moving forward. But now what I'm getting is you are feeling the growing pains of expanding into that dream. What I mean by growing pains, well, I keep getting the word fear. I feel like if there are any lingering fears stored in your energy, stored even in the depths of your subconscious mind, those fears are coming to the surface. But what I'm hearing, and I feel this is really important, when you feel those fears coming up, there's a tendency to think, oh no, what am I doing wrong? Because we know that via the law of attraction, our thoughts, our energy create our reality. But what I'm hearing here is it's a little more nuanced, because yes, your energy is creating your reality. And yes, you may be feeling these fears surfacing, but the energy that's creating your reality right now is an expanding one. It's a healing and a growing one. So it's like overall, your energy is expanding. And that is what you're going to see manifesting in your reality, evidence of that beautiful expansion. These fears coming up aren't really related to your baseline energy, meaning your true vibrational set point, that set point from which things physically manifest in your life. These fears are more like echoes. And the reason that you're feeling them is because they're being processed out. Because I often say that whenever we release something, when we grieve something or surrender something, or we process some kind of fear, we often will re-experience that very fear or that very emotion that we might label as negative, that grief, whatever it is. We will re-experience it as that emotion is on the way out. But that doesn't mean that it's impacting our true point of attraction, that it's actually impacting what's manifesting in our life. It means we're healing. It means we're growing. And because our energy is trying to expand, it's requiring us to process out the emotional and vibrational clutter, so to speak, that we may have been holding on to subconsciously. Yeah, that's the sense I get here. If you've been feeling some kind of fear or anxiety that you can't even really pinpoint coming to the surface, or you're finding yourself like ruminating or hyperfixating on certain things, know that this is a deep-seated subconscious energy that is actually being released from your being. You are actually expanding beyond this. This isn't something that's entering your field. It's something exiting your field, so to speak. And you're feeling it as it's on its way out, as it's being processed out. And the result of this is so beautiful, because as you are allowing yourself to feel it, to see it, to process it, to let it be released, to let it exit your energy field, you're going to start feeling more spacious. And when I say spacious, the words calm and clear are coming up, because you're going to feel like you are releasing some kind of subconscious weight that you've been holding on to unknowingly for a really long time. Because from some perspective, that's exactly what's happening. Whatever you're feeling that the conscious mind might be labeling as negative is really something you've been subconsciously carrying like a weight for a really long time that is now finally exiting you, that is finally being released. And as a result of this release, you're going to create the space in your energy to hold something new, to receive some kind of powerful new manifestation into your life, which again, I really feel is this wish fulfillment. It's something that you've most likely been requesting or desiring for a really long time. And for some reason, I keep hearing it's something that you may think the universe forgot about. It's something you may think was like lost in the mix or wasn't going to happen. Not that you've entirely given up on it, but there does seem to be some element of surrender here. Like maybe this is just never going to happen. And then boom, it happens. It manifests into your reality. That's the beautiful kind of message that I'm getting here. And I'm actually getting another message connected with this as well that is really interesting. And it's that while this is being processed, while this is being released, it's really important that you don't try to fight it, that you don't try to overanalyze it or logic or reason your way out of it, that you simply allow it to be what it is. And I'm also hearing to not worry about it, not to overlay whatever it is coming up with you with these feelings of worry, because I do see that there will be this trigger or this tendency to want to think when these feelings come up, oh no, I must be doing something wrong. Maybe I need to change something, to question, why is this coming up for me right now? But again, this isn't a sign of you shrinking. It's actually a sign of you growing. But it's very important not to attempt to kind of go back into old ways of doing things or to try to fix or solve these feelings coming up, but to simply facilitate them in being released. Now, with that word facilitate, when I say simply to allow these feelings to be, that doesn't have to mean to be passive about it, because there are ways that you can facilitate processing out these energies without necessarily needing to overanalyze them or try to fight them or to kind of fix them, so to speak. Now, this is going to look different from person to person, but I'm getting that whatever you personally use to assist you in shifting some kind of energy, those tools may be really beneficial for you. So specifically, I'm hearing something around your sleep time rituals. So maybe this will be falling asleep to a sleep meditation or something of that nature. Maybe this will be doing some kind of bedtime ritual to calm your mind, to kind of ground yourself, to release or to facilitate the release of these feelings that may be surfacing. But regardless of what this is for you, whether it's exercise, a walk in nature, journaling, however you are facilitating this, I feel that doing the things that allow you to help shift the energy will be really important. But it's also equally important not to attempt to fight what's coming up for you or to start labeling it or labeling yourself for feeling it like, oh, I must be backsliding or I must be shrinking or something like that, because that's not the case at all. Again, these are actually growing pains in a sense from a spiritual perspective. This is you being prepared for something really big and really beautiful to manifest in your life. Now, I also heard the words, you're on a protected path. So I feel like I'm speaking to someone specific who almost feels like they're out here doing something on their own. And it may very well look that way from a physical perspective. You may be feeling unsupported. You may be feeling fears in part because you're wondering, how am I going to keep up with all of this or manage all of this or do all of this on my own? That's kind of the sensation that I'm getting, like someone dealing with so many moving parts in a project or an idea or in their life and wondering, how can I alone keep moving this forward in a harmonious way? And the response back seems to be, you are not alone from a spiritual perspective. You may be doing something in a literal sense that appears to be something you are doing alone from a physical perspective, but you are so deeply supported. Something about your path, I'm hearing it's so much bigger than just you. Something about your path is very, very guided and very protected. And I feel like this is kind of a missing piece to the puzzle for someone, because you may not actually realize consciously just how protected you are or just how guided you are. I'm hearing there's like a guiding hand or a guiding force spiritually that is keeping you aligned with the highest and best outcomes on this pathway, because you are having the courage to step forward from your heart. So know that even if it appears that you are alone, you are not doing this alone from a spiritual perspective. You are being actively guided, actively protected along this pathway. And it's so much bigger than just you, because something that you are doing or creating or the way you are existing on this path has a massive beneficial effect for all of humanity as well. So you are being divinely protected, not just for yourself, but for the thousands or millions of people that you are going to be positively impacting through this path, through how you're living your life. You are not doing this alone. And I don't know why I felt the need to emphasize that so strongly, but I feel like I'm really picking up on someone here who very well may feel like they are doing something alone. I'm also getting a message, you can't go back. And what I mean by this is, you are on a path of never-ending expansion. You can't shrink yourself into less than you have become. And when you do attempt to do that, you're going to feel a natural discomfort, even if those places that now seem small to you were once fulfilling or once brought you happiness or were once supportive to you. Because what supports you in one phase of your spiritual journey can actually feel restrictive in the next phase. And I know that this could apply many different ways to different people, but the message I'm getting here is, especially with these growing pains happening and these fears coming up, there may be this inkling in your mind of, well, maybe I should go back, or maybe I should try to go back into some place where it seemed easier, or my life seemed smaller, or my desires were less big, or my dreams were less expansive. But the message here is you can't go back, and you were not meant to. And anytime you try, you're going to naturally feel stifled. You're going to feel restricted, I should say, by, again, places, people, things that may have even once made you feel supported. The only way to progress is to keep taking that next step forward. Of course, you can pause and rest when you need to, but the only way forward is that path of expansion, continuing to expand your dreams, your goals, your desires, your life in whatever way that looks like for you personally, because of course, everyone defines that in different ways. I almost get the sense as well that there's someone struggling with what life has now caused them to want. I feel like you have discovered that there are certain things that you desire, that light you up, that make you happy, that make you feel fulfilled. And there may be a part of you almost wishing that you could downplay those desires or dilute them or go back into a state where what you wanted seemed much smaller or much more manageable or fit into kind of like a neat, tidy box. But the thing is, I feel life has been showing you lately how good it can get. And life has been showing you in different ways, maybe through different people or friendships or connections or opportunities or situations. You've been getting a taste of what really makes you happy. I just keep hearing what really lights you up. And you're meant to continue following that. You are destined and meant to experience the things, the loves, the connections, the events, the opportunities that truly light you up from the inside out. You are worth that, and you are meant to experience that. Because I almost feel like someone, maybe out of guilt or maybe because of projections of other people or what other people want for them, it's almost like you wish certain things or experiences didn't light you up or didn't bring you joy because you want your desires or your dreams to fit into a box that can be clearly understood and defined by yourself and by the people around you. And at times, it's normal to get a little bit exhausted living a path that is so never-endingly unconventional that other people tend to not really be able to understand, but that is your path. Your path is uniquely yours. It's not meant to look like anyone else's. It's not meant to meet society's standards or expectations. In fact, part of why you have these dreams or these desires or this nature that is so contradictory to the status quo, to the norm, is because part of your purpose here as a soul on earth is to expand the collective out of those previous limiting belief systems and paradigms. And when you allow yourself to be unconventional, when you allow your path to be uniquely yours, you are fulfilling that part of your soul's purpose as well. The part of you that said you wanted to come here to earth to show people what is possible, to break people out of their own limitations. And you could only do that by facing your own. So, wow, a lot of messages coming through just on that one card. I am going to be reshuffling some of the cards here because I do feel that this sacral chakra energy is so important right now. We've been talking about this recently, but the sacral is all about staying fully connected to your breath, to your body, to the present moment, to nature, being open to following the trail of what lights you up, your passion, releasing any feelings of guilt around happiness, around pleasure, around enjoying your life. Yeah, because I feel that with the Nine of Swords, this is that energy that's been affecting the sacral chakra. It's that anxiety, that fear, feeling a bit overwhelmed here. those growing pains that we were talking about earlier. But again, this isn't some kind of new energy that is coming into your field. This is actually something deep and subconscious that you are releasing so that you can create more space in your energy to be able to hold a manifestation. It's almost like you have to be energetically opened to have the space from a quantum perspective to receive in whatever it is that you've been physically manifesting into your life. Can I get any more information on what the person needs to know who is dealing with these feelings, this Nine of Swords kind of energy coming up here? Wow, okay, so remember, you are the High Priestess here. Your intuition is guiding you. Yeah, this is this energy playing itself out and being released. The Ten of Swords here I see being like a final collapse of something. In this case, the collapse of this negative subconscious kind of belief or energy that's been entrenched in you for a while that is now being let go. And you are strong enough to guide yourself through this. Your intuition is guiding you through this. I'm hearing it's carried you this far and it will carry you all the way. Speaking to your intuition here. Yeah, we have the King of Pentacles. You are stable and secure through all of this. Your abundance is secure. Your success, your prosperity. You're following a calling here with the Judgment card in the upright position. I feel like you're being pushed into something bigger here, something more expanded. Again, something that it's like, I'm hearing it's a door you've always waited to open. It's like you've always desired this door to open, but now that it's opening, these growing pains are taking place. These fears are coming up. There's this feeling of what happens if I step through the door. That's like how your spirit is feeling about this expansion. There's almost an inner feeling of conflict, like, yes, this is what I've always wanted, but am I going to be able to handle it? And of course, the resounding answer is you are the High Priestess. You have this powerful intuition that's been guiding you. You have the ability to carry yourself through this, but also you are being divinely protected through this as well because you're following an inner calling, a calling of your soul. I'm hearing I have to move towards the call. Yeah, I get almost this sense that there's been a dream or a goal or something that's been calling you into it, and there's a feeling of, I have to keep moving towards this. That is your soul urging you forward. That is you being beckoned down your highest pathway, your highest vibrational timeline, so to speak. With the Seven of Cups in the upright position and the Strength card, I feel that as you allow these subconscious fears, so to speak, to be processed, to be released, on the other side of that, you are going to be receiving in a lot of opportunities. For some reason, I'm seeing a snake here. I want to see if there is some kind of symbolism in that because I feel like there might be. Specifically, it was a yellow snake. But with the Strength card, I'm getting this message of having confidence in yourself. Recognizing that you have within you the ability to overcome anything on this pathway because this path is yours, because it was designed for you to walk it, because it's divinely protected. The yellow snake can symbolize transformation, renewal, confidence, and personal power, connecting with the solar plexus. I'm definitely seeing that energy here, like representing the strong core that you've developed within yourself and how that's going to continue to carry you forward. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and reshuffle the cards here because I want to know more about these opportunities coming in here. This seems like a really beautiful energy. I feel like for some of you, you may already be on the cusp of this. So you may be starting to notice a lot of opportunities coming in already. For others of you, this will be something coming really soon. So what are these opportunities? I'm hearing keep your energy open and flexible. So that may be a message for someone not to hold on too tightly to anything, to be like water in a sense, to be fluid and open and malleable and flexible in this next phase of your life, which I feel is what you've been intuitively guided to do anyway. There just may be, again, some of those lingering anxieties that may kind of make you want to like clinch down and control, but that's what's being released here. You're being reminded to stay open and to keep flowing with your life, to stay in that surrendered state, because that's where you are at your most powerful and also your most receptive for all of these beautiful opportunities coming into your life. So here we have the King of Cups in the upright position. Now, for some of you, this could be an external person or energy, someone who wants to make you some kind of an offer here or wants to connect with you in some kind of way. This could be in the workplace. This could be, I'm seeing for some of you, if this is related to your work, this could be someone identifying that you are a person that they want to give a promotion or an opportunity or open some kind of door for. So I'm seeing that here potentially. But for others of you, this could be a romantic person coming into your life. Especially if it's a masculine, this person does seem to carry a stronger masculine energy. But I want to know what else I can channel. Strength. So I am seeing, though, with the King of Cups, if this isn't connecting as an external person giving you an opportunity or wanting to connect with you, this also could be representative of you balancing your own head and your own heart. So you coming into this place where you are incredibly balanced moving forward, where you're moving forward on a strong footing, because I feel that you've done a lot of inner work balancing these two aspects of yourself that we could think of as the inner masculine and the inner feminine, balancing your action-oriented side, the part of you that has the courage and the ability to move forward into action, with your intuitive and creative side. With the Strength card, yeah, I feel like this next phase of your life generally, where you're being presented with so many different opportunities and options and pathways, all seem to be very high vibrational in nature, by the way. So it's really just a matter of choice. But I do see that this is calling forth a newfound kind of confidence from you. And I'm feeling that this is because something is being amplified, like your voice is being amplified, your work, it's being amplified or distributed in a bigger way. It's being heard around the world is what I'm picking up on here. I keep getting the sense that there's something you've been doing or creating at a certain scale for a while, or like I'm hearing on a certain stage. Maybe some of you are performers, but I feel like you've been doing something for a while at a certain level, so to speak. And the reason that this next phase requires more courage from you is because you're going to be doing something similar, but in an amplified way. Like, for example, if you've been performing to dozens of people, you may be performing to like thousands or tens of thousands of people. If you've been sharing your work online and you've built a following, maybe that's like going to be multiplied like 10 times or 100 times over. So that's the sense I get here, like something you're doing already and you've built like a kind of rhythm with or a kind of confidence with already. And it's like you've been requesting this to grow, but now that it's happening, you're feeling, or it's about to happen, you might be feeling some anxieties coming up, because releasing those anxieties is bringing you into the state of confidence necessary to allow yourself, your frequency, your gift, your work to be shared at this maximized scale, at this larger scale. I'm just hearing it's time. Like I really feel as though the divine is saying it's time for you to receive what you want, but you have to be ready for it. And that is why these things are being processed out, because it's allowing you to create the space to receive something you've been wanting for a really long time. And with the Wheel of Fortune, I feel that when this does happen, there's going to be this element of it feeling very lucky. Of course, it's not luck, it's energetic alignment. You've been walking your path, following your inner calling, following your heart, moving forward. And that kind of consistent showing up on your end is meeting with a portal of opportunity that is opening up for you. And the cross section, in a sense, between you being ready and showing up consistently and this portal opening is going to look like quote unquote luck to many people on the outside looking in. It reminds me of that quote. I can't remember the exact quote, but it's something along the lines of, luck is what many people call alignment and preparedness and consistency meeting with a moment of opportunity. And that's what I see happening for you here. But I keep hearing lucky break. I feel like the universe is going to give you something that other people or even your conscious mind would label as a lucky break. Like, wow, I can't believe that person gave me that opportunity, or I can't believe that happened. There's going to be some element of shock or surprise in a really good way about this. So what else can I channel about this lucky break that's happening for you, this Wheel of Fortune? Yeah, I feel like this is things really seeming to change for the better for you, or start turning in the right direction in an area of your life where, again, in the beginning, you may have felt stuck for a very long time. Now, I will say with the Hermit that as you're being prepared for this to happen, or as you're entering into this, ironically, you may actually be currently going through a period of time where you've been feeling a bit more hermited or a little bit more isolated or alone lately. This often happens when you're actually being actively spiritually prepared for the next level, so to speak. So this is completely normal. I'm hearing this feeling of loneliness or isolation often happens during the metamorphosis, right before a powerful transformation emerges. And once again, we have the King of Pentacles. I feel like the message just keeps coming through here that you are going to be strong and stable through all of this, that the success, the manifestation you've been desiring is assured. And with the Nine of Swords reversed in the Star, this is really beautiful, because this is saying that with the Nine of Swords, we pulled this card in the upright earlier in the reading, representing those anxieties that might be coming up for you. So the fact it's coming now in the reverse position tells me that anything that has been plaguing your mind, anything you've been worried about, it's on the way out energetically. It's something that's going to resolve itself. I keep hearing like this is going to pass, especially if this is something related to your mental state or something that's got you feeling kind of in a weird emotional space or a head space. Whatever that looks like for you, I see this really like those passing clouds, like something that is exiting your energy, preparing you for something really beautiful and something that is naturally going to resolve itself. Yeah, this is all part of your growth. This is all part of your healing with the Star. And I'm also hearing like take hope in your path. I'm not sure why it's coming up here. It's like continue to hope forward, continue to have faith in this pathway that you've been walking. Again, it's carried you this far and it's going to carry you the rest of the way. So this feels like such a beautiful reading. I am actually going to be trying something a little bit different today. Usually when I do the extended readings on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I continue the same thread of energy. But today I'm actually going to do something a bit different. I'm going to mix it up and just see how it goes. I'm still, of course, always going to be releasing extended content exclusive to YouTube memberships or Patreon, depending on where you're listening from, on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays around the same time as these readings. But what I might do differently is today, because I really feel like this is a complete thought, instead of continuing to try to push into this specific energy, I'm actually going to do a bonus video today, kind of similar to the mini readings that I do, where we're actually going to channel into a different specific thread of energy. I'm specifically feeling a really strong romantic energy coming up. So that reading today won't necessarily be related to this reading, but it will be a bonus reading. So I will still leave a link to it for you to check it out. If you're interested in it, you can read the thumbnail and the description and all of that and see if it's something that connects for you. And if you'd like to join YouTube memberships or Patreon to listen to that. I'm just trying out a new style here because I feel that some days when we do these collective readings, they're almost like a complete thought, if that makes sense, where it feels like we do a full channeling and there's not really much more to say without kind of jumping ahead to different threads of energy anyway. So I thought we could sometimes try to, when it's one of those days where it's like a complete thought in the first reading, to just kind of channel into a totally different thread of energy that may connect for some of you in that bonus content. So yeah, that video still will be around probably 30 to 35 minutes long. So it will be a longer mini reading. A lot of times my mini readings on the channel are only like 20 to 30 minutes maximum, but I'm really excited to do this. We'll see how it goes, and you guys can let me know how you like that, if you want to kind of do that type of content some days. Anyway, I am going to go ahead and close the reading here. Oh, and by the way, I am super excited because my song, The Light in Your Room, my second channeled song that I'm releasing, should be available today. It's my first time trying to schedule it in advance, so we'll have to see if it actually releases on the date that I scheduled it for, which is today. So I am really excited to share that with all of you. I will be sharing more videos that tap into the thread of energy that is the same thread I created with to write the song. So that should give you more insight on where the song is coming from energetically, which collective it might connect with. But if you do want to check it out, I will leave a link to it underneath this video once it's available, which again should be today. The best place to listen from is Spotify, because you can actually follow me there if you do want to keep up with my music. And if you follow me on Spotify, you'll be the first to know whenever I do release new songs. So yeah, I'm really excited about that one. And my artist name, by the way, is Songs by Infinity, if you are new to the channel. If you do connect with my content, I would love for you to subscribe here as well. You can also follow me on Instagram at Magnetize Yourself. And of course, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. But otherwise, I am wishing you all a beautiful remainder of your day. I am sending you huge amounts of love, and I will connect with you here again in the next reading on Monday.